Hello, this is Jay Norris with Brewer FX here in Chicago. Welcome back to our video trend map. Today is Monday, September 22nd, and before we get going, I do need to point out that trading Forex and futures is a risky endeavor for sure and may not be suitable for every investor. Our charts here are snapshots of current market prices and may not necessarily be an indication of future market conditions. First market we're covering is the Euro US dollar. Eyes right here on the chart. You can see the Euro US dollar had a pretty good up day, very strong. We actually blew beyond that upside target of the 3/8 line there. Also a 382 retracement upper right there. You can see pretty powerful up move. That came as no surprise to us. I think we said last week that very likely we'd see higher prices there, and we definitely got them. Our next market, the British pound. Again, lower right, you can see the pound blew through that 3/8 line there. That's also a 382 retracement. Looking strong. You're probably going to see a 50%. You'll probably get the full 50% retracement here. So our upside target would be right around 188 in the pound. Upper right here, you can see you still have no divergence to speak of in the 240 minute. That's pretty powerful. The 240, so I think you're still in a good position to buy dips here and just stick with your trading plan. The next market, the Australian dollar. Australian dollar's tagging along for the ride too. The Aussie still trailing though, hasn't quite got to its eyes low right here. It hasn't quite got to that 3/8 line, or also the Fibonacci guys will call that a 382 retracement. It hasn't quite gotten there. So the upside target for the Aussie still 85.75 or so. But it's looking better for sure. Next market is the dollar yen. The dollar yen, I want you to look on the left here, the weekly chart. You see that the short-term trend is down on the dollar yen on the weekly, and I think that's significant. You see the last time down here last week, that isolated low held. We'll see if it holds again, but it doesn't look healthy for dollar yen that the short-term trend is down on the weekly. We see on the daily here, lower right, the market couldn't get through that resistance line up there, so you took it down pretty hard today. Good afternoon sell-off there. That was a good thing for the short-term guys that just stuck with the trend. Just aware of how to bring your different time frames together. Okay, next market, dollar CAD. Dollar CAD, I want you to look again at the weekly on the left. Short-term trend is down now. Looks like you're coming up. You bounced off. You bottomed. Well, the low today, at any rate, was right on support. They're right on previous resistance. I think we mentioned that last week. That's where it was headed. With the momentum down like this, here, take a look upper right on the 240-minute chart. With the momentum down like that, you got to think that it's got lower to go. Lower right again. Granted, we'll see if resistance becomes support, and that was a natural level for it to gravitate to. But it's down pretty hard. So the momentum is down. So it wouldn't surprise me if it blows through there and tests this trend line on the daily, lower right. We'll have to see. But dollar CAD pretty weak. Next chart, dollar Swiss. Similar to the CAD, the dollar Swiss. What was that last week? We said the short-term trend shifted lower on the daily, and that's so important. I kind of glazed over that, went right by that last week, pointing out that it was lower, but in fact, the primary trend was still up, the secondary trend was still up. But you see as traders how important that short-term trend is. When that goes, you really have to be on alert. Upper right here, you can see the 240-minute chart, the damage you did when all the time frames came together. On the 240-minute, as we closed out the week last week in the dollar Swiss, you had the short-term trend and the secondary trend were lower, and look what turned out today. So you can imagine the guys trading the slower time frames, the shorter time frames, could have really chopped some wood there. Could have really had a good time playing it from the short side. Next market, the the euro yen. It looks like the carry trade is back. The euro yen, eyes on the left here. You see the weekly chart. It held the 07 lows, and you really couldn't get a serious close below those 07 lows. Now you got a snap back last week and a continuation of that today. Look at on the daily chart, lower right. You got above the 382 retracement, the GAN 3/8 line. You closed above it. It's looking good. I suspect you're going to see 158 and change here now. The momentum we have on the upside. Look at the 4-hour chart upper right. No divergence to speak of. You've got the MACD above the 0 line now, so the carry is back for here. You can buy dips on there. Pound yen, very similar situation. They sewed in a nice bottom. That looked like accumulation to me. I listened to the show from Friday and I called it distribution. Pretty similar. Distribution's on the top, accumulation's on the bottom. But yeah, those big wide swings on the daily lower right that proved to be accumulation. I see. Interesting. You did not make a higher high in the pound yen. Still, it's looking good. It looks like on the 240 minute you got a bull flag up there. It probably wants to pull back a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Interesting that pound yen did not make a higher high while euro yen did. So that tells me if I'm going to be buying dips, I'm going to trade one of the two. I'll trade the euro yen because it's the lead horse here. I don't look for markets to catch up. I'd rather just stick with the strong one. But as you guys know, we do this every other day, and we certainly appreciate that you come by for it. And as usual, if you ever want me to cover a market, just shoot me an email and I'll do that for you. Just remember that trading, there certainly is risks in trading, and always be aware of that. So yeah, thanks a lot. Let us know if you have any questions or any feedback. Thank you very much, and we'll see you Wednesday.